my heart, I'm lusting after it, everything I watch. Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to take a tour of an amazing overlanding Jeep owned by Phil from Down2Mob YouTube channel. Hi Phil.
How's it going, Bob? Pleasure to be
Good,
here.
thank you for being here. Phil's got a fantastic channel, Down2Mob, young people, overlanding. It's a great channel and I hope you'll go see it. We just finished an interview and it's inspiring. I hope you'll go back and watch the interview before you watch this channel. And I really want you to go check out his channel, Down2Mob, on YouTube. Fantastic. If you enjoy backcountry adventure at all, you'll love it. So now we're going to go and see a tour of his rig and see exactly how he's living. It's pretty amazing. So let's go do that now.
Well, hey everyone, my name's Phil from the Down2Mob Overland YouTube channel, and I'm super stoked to be here on the Cheap RV Living channel. I had a great chat with Bob about nomadic life, and I'm excited to show you guys my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. So first thing I will say about this truck, it has a rooftop tent right now, but the plan when I bought it was to do a full custom camper. So that's coming down the line. And I also should mention, if you miss any details in this video or you want to know more, I have a full build series on the Jeep Gladiator on my YouTube channel as well. So be sure to check that out. But we'll start with the front here. You can see the biggest thing, well, one of the big things here are the tires. So these are Nitto 37-inch tires, and some people ask me, do you need 37-inch tires to go overlanding, Phil? And the answer is no. But I love the way this Jeep performs with them. And the goal with this vehicle was really to bridge the gap between rock crawling and overlanding. So the Nittos are wrapped in Icon alloys, bronze 17-inch rebounds. And I really like the look of those wheels. They look a lot like dirt, and it's really dirty, so it goes well. The suspension is Icon Stage 8, which has been amazing. I've taken this truck through Utah and Colorado and lots of spots in Arizona and Oregon and California. And the Icon suspension is probably the #1 biggest modification that makes this thing just an absolute beast off-road. So you can see I've got adjustable reservoirs here, so I adjust the compression a little bit when I'm going off-road. I can adjust compression right here, and so I love being able to adjust that compression, and I just love this suspension. And I've got a Curry anti-rock sway bar. I've got rigid, these are DXL hyper spots, and then I have DSS, these are floods. So these are like my fast lights, and these are my slower lights that actually come almost all the way out to here. These are what I call my camp spot finders. And then up front we've got the Warn Elite bumper. Needed a good bumper just in case we slam some stuff, and I wanted that bull bar just in case we accidentally come into contact with wildlife. And this is a Warn Xeon 12S winch. So I did live in the A-liner for a few months at a time, so we'll show you this thing real quick. Right now its home is the off-grid property, but it folds up and down so easy, and these little A-frame pop-ups are just so rad. Look at all the headroom in here. So yeah, I love this little thing, but I hate towing a trailer, so that's why we've got all this. You can see we got the Wii Boost as well, 4GX OTR, little antenna, bounces around like crazy for when I'm smacking rocks and, well, trees mainly. My passenger, oh, where is she? Bubba's, come on, Coda Girl. You being all shy? This is my main passenger here, Coda Girl. Been traveling with her for 2-3 years. I've had her for, you know, 10, 11 years almost now. So I keep, the blankets are usually stowed up in the rooftop tent, but I got to do laundry. So I've got them down here accessible for that. 6-7 Designs Gladiator rail. This houses a GoPro mount and the iPad mount, which I use for navigation. And then I've also got a 6-7 Designs phone mount over there. So I keep my phone over there. I've got a Bofang ham radio here. This is actually wired directly into the truck, and we pull this guy out to use it. And this was just the lightest like kind of setup I could get for the ham radio. So that's what we're doing right now. The interior up front's pretty normal. In the back though, I've taken all the back seats out, and I just modified this door so it can swing all the way out and give you full access. So as you can see, we've got our Dometic CFX 75. This was the biggest fridge I could fit back here. But I love having the dual zone capability of a fridge and a freezer, and being able to get out of here, flies, we're trying to do a video. Be able to freeze meats and things if you've had them, you know, longer than expected. Down here I've got the Max Oak 2400. This is the EB240 they call it, and I love this power station. It's just so slim, it fits in there, and that's really one of the main reasons I'm running it, is how well it fits. But it also performs amazingly. So right now we got a cheap platform. We're looking to do a goose gear, seat delete and things. We got our Viair portable compressor, some other things here, just kitchen stuff. This is a Hot Logic Mini little oven. You can plug into the power station, make yourself a quick meal if you got some leftovers. Claymore 3-phase light. I love this light. I'll show you guys real quick. Love this light. So I use this light and magnet it on the pack racks on the outside here. So let's talk about that. So right now, temporarily, like I said, we're running the rooftop tent, and you can't just put the rooftop tent right on the bed. So my buddy Greg from Pack Racks out of Gilbert, Arizona, made me this amazing pack racks with a bed rack with all sorts of custom modifications to fit my tent, to fit my awning, and just all sorts of stuff with the MaxTrax. So over here we've got, as you can see, the MaxTrax Extremes. These are awesome because if you do burn up these pins here when you're in a recovery scenario, you can replace them. And I should say again, for those of you who maybe aren't, you know, super off-roady, these, if you get your vehicle stuck, you can dig out a hole and put those underneath the tire, idle your truck or vehicle right out onto them, and they give them just enough grip usually to get out of a lot of scenarios, especially in sand and snow is where they really shine. But Greg made these mounts here so I can, you know, get them on and off quick enough, and they're also just really sturdy, and they can put a lock in them. So anyways, this is part of the pack rack system. The rooftop tent is a James Baroud Grand Raid XXL. It's about the biggest and widest one we can get on there, and I mean, you can see it. It's a little bit fat up there, but for trying to go extended periods of time and full time out of it for at least weeks and months out of it at a time, it's been amazing. It's such a big tent. It sets up so easily, and it's just so cool to have the 360-degree views. Some of the spots I've been in Utah and Colorado right by a creek, and it's just really been a cool experience to have the rooftop tent. There are a lot of pros and cons though, and I made a lot of videos about that, and I talk a lot in my videos on the Down2Mob channel about the pros and cons of the rooftop tent. But overall, it's been so much fun, and I love it for quick trips, even for a few weeks at a time. And we got the mountain bike here real quick. This is just a transition 29-inch all mountain bike. So this is basically built to tackle anything from mobbing downhill to, you know, being able to pedal uphill, even though I really don't do that. I love mountain biking, kayaking, and just trying to incorporate some of these activities into full-time lifestyle. It's one of the ways I like to fill time and just enjoy nature. So on the side here, you can see we've got the Ironman 4x4. This is actually a shower tent. So this got some aluminum arms that pop out and a shower enclosure that drops down. That is underneath this massive RLD Ghost On 360 awning. So this awning spans all the way over here to cover the back side of the truck and the whole side, just like a 270, right? But a 270 would stop right here. Well, this bad boy goes all the way around, and when you're setting it up, you're literally walking all the way to about here. So it provides the biggest amount of shade in the world that you could ever imagine or want on your truck. And I love it. Fun fact too, the James Brood tent is actually made in Portugal, and the RLD Ghost On is actually made in South Africa. So if you want to get them here in the US of A, adventure-ready.com. And then Power Tank Official 11-pound propane. In here we got a Plano container, and this just has all our kitchen stuff. It has our geyser systems, hot water, shower, and cooking items. Then back here, this is where I keep the water, majority of the water here. This is a Lifesaver jerry can, so it's got a pump on it of the Lifesaver filter, and it's got a military grade filter in the jerry can with a pump, and so it's cool. You can, you know, get water that way. This is my mountain bike helmet. This kind of floats around. My computer I have in a very you know, nice Pelican case, just so it doesn't get all beat up. Camp Chef stove, dual burner stove. Oh shoot, as you can see, I'm still working out some kinks, and honestly the setup back here changes a lot, which I don't really like, but you kind of have to tweak stuff, right? So Camp Chef stove oven, GCI Pico armchair, love this chair, and got a Magnaflow exhaust, so the Jeep sounds really great, I think. I've got a Hellwig rear sway bar on the truck as well, and that helps a lot on cornering, mainly on the road, and it works great off-road as well. It still allows for pretty much full flex up into there. And got a bunch of steering upgrades in the front, so Steer Smarts, and let me show you these look really cool. You can't see them, you know, this is a lot of the Jeep, you can't really see the upgrades if you're standing up there, but if you get down here, check out that track bar. We've got an Icon steering stabilizer. Then we've got a drag link here. This is called an attenuator. So what this does is it absorbs some vibration, but it's still stiff enough so it doesn't cause any wobble or anything like that. And then a heavy duty tie rod as well. So the steering on this truck is very tight. A lot of Jeeps, when you lift them and you have big tires, they kind of walk around the road, and this one does not. You can drive it with one finger. It's awesome. Another thing you can't see that's amazing, the Nitro Gear 513 gears. So this truck came with 410 gears. Wow, with the 513 gears, we get like 15, 16 miles to the gallon, and which is great for having this thing pretty much fully loaded as far as you can go, you know, with rooftop tent. But in 4 low as well, it's a very low gear ratio. I'm so excited to get a camper on it though, and really make it what I had envisioned in the first place. And that's been a long road. The people that we had first you know, talked about doing a camper with, that's kind of fell by the wayside, and now I'm very excited with the people I'm working with now. We should have the camper done by March 1st. Well, thanks again for tuning in, and super stoked to be on the Cheap RV Living channel. The only question is, are you down to mob with Bob?
Well, Phil, thanks so much for sharing your Jeep home with us. It's amazing. My heart, I'm lusting after it, everything I watch. I'm so envious that you're so brave at this young age to go out there and live your best quality life. I really admire that. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you, Bob. That's an honor to hear, especially coming from someone like you. Well, thanks again for having me on the channel. And so the only question is, are you down to mob?
Thanks, folks, for watching. We'll see you on the next video.